Hello everyone and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Aquarius for the end of October and all of November because I ran out of time to do Aquarius for the month of October. So this is going to be towards the end, starting with the 21st of October through the end of October and all of November. So as you know, this is a general reading, only take what resonates. And also, as you know, we are in a very special time of the year because the veil is currently very thin, so there is a lot of messages coming through. Spiritually speaking, you are going through an ascension and looking back at the year of learning and growing and experiencing different things and sort of assessing where how far you've come, because you've come a long way. You've been through so many things from October of 24 to October of 25, and so we're entering the season of Scorpio, very transformative time. It's a time where you make new plans and refine the goals that you have already for yourself that you would like to achieve. So this is a very, very special time. Many of you who are more psychic will definitely receive and have been receiving a lot of messages. There's all kinds of beings walking around and trying to communicate at this time, so definitely make sure your protections are up. Make sure that your space is well grounded. Make sure that you are grounded as well. Focus on creating positive thoughts in your mind and following those up with acts. And the last thing I will say, if you're not sure what the next step is, just ask for guidance for the next step and you will be provided that guidance. But this is a really good, strong spread for the month of November, especially because it does tell me that you have transitioned from a place where you have the Nine of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is definitely about transitioning towards more truthful awareness. You are now coming into a place where the illusion is falling away and you are becoming much more aware of who you are authentically speaking in your life, what your desires are, what your limitations are as well. And so, you've transitioned from a place where you were kind of focused on enjoying the fruits of your labor, where you have had minimal interference in your affairs, and now you are taking more of a leadership position. You have three kings in the spread. You have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords, which tells me that very much you are being much more masterful than ever before in your lifetime. You are mastering different aspects of your soul, of your being as a whole, as well. You are definitely someone that is recognized for leadership skills, that you have a lot of experience and interesting knowledge that attracts people, that inspires people. You make leadership fun. You are the type of leader leader that people want to follow because you have a certain amount of kind of humor as you approach, like you don't, necessarily take yourself that seriously. And so as a result, people like that lighthearted part of you, side of you. They find that your leadership is very grounded and you're able to really connect and see things in a way that is unique and that other people don't see. I do have the King of Cups here in the obstacle position, which tells me that you may find yourself internalizing your emotions in the month of November. It's not so bad because in November is a Scorpio time. Therefore, not showing all the emotions might be actually advantageous to you. Not every obstacle isn't necessarily a huge problem. Sometimes obstacles are actually quite helpful in the long run. So the King of Cups here, Aquarius, is something that telling me that you are kind of not wearing your emotions on your sleeve, so they're not necessarily very obvious to people. That does create some internal tension because you may feel like you are not receiving as much emotional support. You may receive practical support. You may in fact you do, because you have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the King of Wands, so there's definitely a strong collaborative energy there. In the month of November, you are supported in a practical sense, but you may feel in an emotional sense that you're not your strongest self in the month of November, and that emotionally you're a little bit scattered. And so definitely this is where the psychic part of you comes in, because it's important to be emotionally in one place. So when you go unconscious, when you start daydreaming, when you think about something while someone else is speaking, you go unconscious to what they're saying. You're not in that present moment. So it's important to be aware that in that moment when you go unconscious, you're not your powerful self, because you're splitting yourself into two. A part of you is still acting like you're pretending to listen to the conversation, while the other part of you is thinking in your head. And so that means that your power is less. So say you're pretending 20% and thinking 80%. So you're only powerful when thinking, only at 80. You're not full 100. So it's important to be in the present moment all the time, because that's when you have your most power. When you split yourself, because you're trying to do two things at once, you're not your full self, and as a result the outcome isn't so great. So this is just a reminder for you to be as present in the moment, specifically emotionally, as you can be. The Two of Pentacles in the obstacle position definitely tells me that you got a lot of juggling to do, so you're being very flexible, you are adjusting to various things, but it is kind of scattering your energy a little bit. So you may want to pay attention to the fact that you don't want to have scattered energy, because it creates outcomes that are not quite what you're looking for. And so you may feel like you've got responsibilities on your shoulders, and so you have to show up. But at the same time, the King of Cups reminds you, you have to have emotional boundaries. You have to enforce those emotional boundaries, and not everyone gets access to you. Again, this is that lesson that you're here to learn about your own limitations. So, if you follow Dolores Cannon, which I do, she says that the primary reason you incarnated on Earth is to learn your emotions and your limitations. The limitation part teaches you that you can only be you only have one body, so you can only be in one place at one time. You can't split your body into two. So the mind tries to circumvent that by doing several things at the same time, right? And like multitasking. The problem with multitasking is you're splitting yourself, and so your energy becomes scattered and the outcome isn't as masterful. So to learn the limitations, you have to be aware that you are only in one place at one time. You only have one body, and so it's important to stay in your body all the time and be present all the time. And so a part of me kind of agrees with the King of Cups in the obstacle position, because part of me is like, you don't always want to show your emotions, but at the same time you do have to have certain emotional boundaries, right? You have physical boundaries. When you go to the bathroom, you close the door. That's a physical boundary, right? You can't, break that. But you also have to have emotional boundaries where you have to really pay attention to how much energy you have for that particular emotion. And the whole point of this lesson is to be in your body so that you are fully 100%. Because if you can stay in your body, your soul can stay within its parameters, and you become very strong and very potent. You're not scattered. You're not trying to be everything for everyone. And that takes discipline. Now, in the present position, you have the King of Wands clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. This is a really great combination, very positive, telling me that you are definitely coming from a very grounded leadership place in the month of November. You have a lot of material stability. You have a lot of security. So it's almost like you're starting to wake up to your own power. You're starting to really figure out how to use it, not be afraid of it, and realize that it's really, not all that big of a deal, because that's just one step on a notch. There's other kinds of power that you will learn as you go through your life journey. And so this is a really great point of stability for you that you will be reaching in the month of November. And then in the future outcome position, you have the King of Swords clarified by the Ace of Swords, which it tells me that your eyes are opening. It's not that the world has changed, it's that your awareness of that world has changed. So as you become more aware and you start to see how things really truly work and how everything is connected on the physical level, on the spiritual level, you're starting to see people in a different light, more with truth, more from a place of awareness. You're literally mastering the truth on a whole new level. You're able to see problems and create solutions. You're able to have strategic alliances. You're able to really put reasoning and logic to an advantageous position for yourself. So, the Ace of Swords tells me that there is a victory in the month of November when it comes to awareness for you, Aquarius. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle the tea leaf cards. They almost fell out of my hand. We have Wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. We also have Clouds, temporary problems. And we also have Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. Definitely this is a temporary situation. because you are in the period of transformation. Scorpio is a difficult season. Scorpio is also a bit of a difficult sign as well. So you will be much more aware of what is happening in your sphere of influence, and you'll be able to see the most practical solution. We also have Cain. Pay attention to your health. And tea leaf cards, we also have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Again, Scorpio is a season of transformation. So as secrets come to light, that definitely affects people. We have Knight, Angel and Ancestor Oracle card. Be brave and honest. So, knights are brave, even when it can be difficult to be brave. The divine here is saying, just be brave, because the universe has your back. At this time, being brave is what is most important for you, Aquarius. For the Shaman's Dream Oracle card, we have Unmarked Trail, a revelation. Definitely you will be doing something that is new to you. It may feel a little bit disorienting at first, but I'm confident that you have a strong sense that this will work out. And the last card I have is Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck. And so we've got Resilience, rise above turbulence, tribulations, rise above. This is why you have the three kings, because the three kings will allow you to rise above. You're strong enough to rise above and preserve your energy so it is not scattered. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a great month of November. Thank you.